Tensions rise in Eastern Europe. On the railhead of Orzysz, Poland, the silence is broken by the heavy rumble of cargo trains. Flatbed cars carry armored giants, U.S. Army combat vehicles, freshly arrived to reinforce NATO's defenses. Soldiers move with precision. Massive cranes lower vehicles carefully onto the ground. Each armored wheel that touches Polish soil is more than steel and machinery. It is a statement of intent. The U.S. Army is here, NATO is here, and together they stand ready. The small town of Orzysz may seem ordinary, but today it has become the stage for one of NATO's most important missions. Rows of combat vehicles arrive, each one guided by steady hands. The process is slow, deliberate, easy does it, as the soldiers call it. But this careful work is part of something far greater. A demonstration of NATO's ability to deploy quickly, to position forces forward, and to reassure allies in uncertain times. These movements are not just logistics. They are part of NATO's Enhanced Forward Presence, or EFP. The concept is simple but powerful. Station real combat units in Eastern Europe not just as training forces, but as a living deterrent. In Poland, that role falls heavily on the United States. Here, U.S. troops and their allies form a multinational battle group ready to respond to any crisis. The presence of American vehicles on Polish soil is a promise that NATO will defend every inch of its territory. At the heart of this deployment is the 2nd Cavalry Regiment, the Dragoons. This is not just any U.S. Army unit. It is one of the oldest continuously serving regiments in American history. From frontier battles in the 1802nd to the battlefields of World War II, and more recently Iraq and Afghanistan, the Dragoons have always been at the tip of the spear. Today they stand once again on the front lines. But instead of deserts or mountains, their mission is to safeguard Europe's eastern flank. For the soldiers of the 2nd Cavalry, Poland is not just another deployment. It is history repeating itself. A reminder that Europe's security has often depended on American commitment. The most visible symbol of this commitment is the Stryker armored vehicle. Sleek, fast, and battle-proven, the Stryker is the perfect tool for rapid deployment. Unlike heavy tanks, the Stryker is wheeled, allowing it to move quickly across roads and terrain. It can carry a full squad of infantry, bringing soldiers directly into battle under armor protection. Its variants include reconnaissance vehicles, mortar carriers, mobile gun systems, and anti-tank platforms. This flexibility is why the Stryker is so valuable to NATO's forward posture. It may not have the heavy armor of a tank, but its speed, adaptability, and firepower make it a force to be reckoned with. And in Eastern Europe, mobility and readiness matter just as much as firepower. Why Poland? Because geography matters. Poland sits at the crossroads of Europe, bordered by Belarus, Ukraine, and the heavily militarized Russian exclave of Kaliningrad. This makes Poland a frontline state, a natural hub for NATO forces. Deploying here reduces reaction time. If conflict were ever to erupt, NATO could respond in hours, not days. For the people of Poland, this presence is a reassurance that they will not stand alone. For NATO, it is a forward shield. And for potential adversaries, it is a warning not to test the alliance's resolve. For the soldiers, life in Orzysz is not just about politics and geopolitics. It is about daily readiness, training in forests and fields, patrolling in convoys of armored vehicles, conducting live-fire drills alongside Polish, British, and Romanian allies. Even the simple routines, maintaining vehicles, setting up camp, or sharing meals, build trust and camaraderie. This is how alliances are strengthened. Not just through treaties and promises, but through soldiers living, training, and standing shoulder to shoulder. Every Stryker that rolls through Orzysz carries a message. To NATO allies, you are not alone. To adversaries, NATO is united and ready. To the world, peace must be protected with strength. The sight of U.S. combat vehicles in Eastern Europe is not aggression, it is assurance. It is deterrence. It is proof that NATO's strongest principle, an attack on one is an attack on all, is more than just words. As the last vehicle is lowered from the train, the picture becomes clear. This is not just an arrival, it is a statement. The U.S. Army's 2nd Cavalry Regiment, with its Stryker combat vehicles, is here to support NATO, to strengthen its eastern flank, and to defend freedom. The town of Orzish may be small, but today it carries the weight of Europe's future. Here, strategy meets history. Here, steel meets resolve. And here, NATO proves that it will stand united, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Tensions rise, but NATO is prepared. And the U.S. Army is on the ground, armored and unyielding, to ensure peace through strength.